Looking at a lot of forums, and I see that a lot of you are working on trying to save money. There was one tip that was a little confusing. It said that if you saved a penny a day, you'll get like $6,000. I'm not understanding that too good because there's only 365 days in a year, and a penny is 1 cent, so that only means you're going to save $3.65. I think I have some better ways in which you can save some money to travel or for any big expenses that you may have. And hopefully you may be able to implement one or two of the tips that I'm about to share. Okay, the first one is a little unconventional, but it's volunteering. If you volunteer at some of these conferences that they have or some theaters, sometimes they pay for your food, that you get access backstage to talk to people. You can also, sometimes they'll, if it's like out of state or what have you, sometimes they'll actually pay for your hotel fees. So that's one way in which you can actually save on travel. You can also do this in your local area. I do it at the Apollo Theater. They have this health fair event about every year. Now, I don't do this every year, but there's been a year where I've done this. Hi, Tanza, where I volunteer at the Apollo Theater. They give me free lunch, and then at the end, they give me 2 tickets to see any show that I want within the year. Well, no, not so much any show, but the amateur night, I can see that live. And I do get, while I'm volunteering, I do get to go backstage, and if whoever is famous, you know, I probably will run into them. I ran into Faith Evans, actually, but I was really starstruck when I saw her. I wasn't expecting it. She does not look the same as when you see her in person. In person, she seems like she's heavy, but she's actually really skinny, which I was shocked. And she's also prettier in person, in my opinion. The other thing that I've done in the past, but it took a lot of time, I used to do mystery shopping. And what they would do is they would tell me how much they were going to give me. So sometimes they would have me go to a sports bar and restaurant. They would give me $90 so I could spend up to that amount. And what I would have to do is I would have to write a report and also attach the receipt to say that I actually went there. Now, I don't have to spend the whole $90 because if I do that, then I don't make a profit. But, you know, you spend 20 and you make 70. So that was one way in which I saved as far as eating and going out and enjoying myself. The other thing that I do, of course, is I clip coupons. Now, I'm not necessarily like some of the coupon people that you see on TV that their basement is like to the wall with stuff. I try to be reasonable with it. I only buy what I need. But basically, I clip coupons. I go to a site called Living Rich with Coupons. And not only do they have coupons, but there's like a forum area. And they'll tell you like which supermarket has that particular product on sale. So basically, before I even can go there, I'll know like which supermarket to go to with that particular coupon in hand. There's also another app that I used to use, but Target got a little funny and they're not in the mix anymore. This app is called Barcode Scanner. So what you can do is you download it onto your phone, then you take your phone and you open up the app, you look at the barcode of that product, and you take a picture of that product, and it'll tell you all the stores in your area and online that is selling that product and how much it's selling for. Yes, that's true. You can donate extra foods and goods to churches. I do that, but I don't want to. The church does not always open itself up in order to take products like my church that I go to over here. I remember New Year's Day, I went over to donate to them, and they were like, "Oh no, we have too many clothes. We're not accepting anything new anymore." So I just try to buy for myself, and that's basically how I am. I don't necessarily try to buy for others. I'll make a special trip to buy for the church if the church asks, like for book bags and stuff like that. But I don't purposely go out and, buy 99 coffee mates or whatever and then donate half to the church. No, I'm not doing that. Yes, I'm going to leave the links when the video is finished. I don't know how to leave the links while I'm doing the video. And if you can teach me how to do that or inbox me, then I'll definitely get to that. I'm going to move on to the next thing that I do to save money. Now, in the beginning, when I first started working, what I noticed about myself is that I can be an emotional shopper. Sometimes when I'm sad or whatever, like I'll go shopping. And sometimes I'm tempted. Sometimes, you see something that's really cute and you're like, oh my God, I have to have this. This is awesome. What I've learned to do is watch where I walk when I walk down the street. There are certain streets in Manhattan, like 34th Street, where Macy's is and JCPenney is and a whole bunch of other places, H&M and all of that. I don't walk down that street so that this way I don't get tempted. I'll walk down another street where there's hardly any stores so that I don't get tempted to buy anything. And that helps me keep my money in my pocket. The other thing that helps me is I do the direct deposit. Because out of sight, out of mind. I've seen some people where they have the travel wall and they have the envelopes with the money in it. That may work. If it works for you guys, that's great. But I know that's not going to work for me because I know that there's money in there. And I might see something that I like, or I might walk by a restaurant and smell the food and say, oh my God, it smells so good. Let me go in there and have some. And then I'll look in my purse and see, oh, I don't have any. I don't feel like going to the bank. Oh, there's a travel wall with the envelopes there. Let me go in there, dip in there and take that money out. And then next thing you know, there's no money in that envelope. So for me, direct deposit works for me way better than having the travel wall. And then also when I do want to go someplace overseas or on vacation, whatever, what I do is I find out what the average cost is to go on that trip, and I'll put that money into a CD. This way, when you put it in a CD, the CD has a penalty. So that stops me even more from dipping into that pot and taking that money out to go and do whatever. And then next thing you know, you don't have any money to go on vacation. So that is one thing. The other thing too, this is going to sound a little harsh, but I had to change some of my friends that I had. Now, the friends that I have now, all of them do not have the same saving and spending habits that I do. That's okay. But it's the ones that want to spend my money. That's the problem. Because, see, I work for my money. So I feel I should spend it and spend it the way I want to. I don't feel that another adult should try to come and have me spend money on them. That's an issue for me. So I had to drop some people that I kind of felt were pimping me. And because that's how I look at it. That's how I see it. I don't mind paying for a friend once in a while, every now and then, but over a year and you never have money for anything, yet you have a job. No, that's not going to work. We're not going to be friends for very long. So that also helped me save a lot of money too. Let's see, what else did I... Hope I didn't miss anything. Oh, yes. Let's talk about the library. A lot of times when it comes to music, movies, CDs, you can get those for free at the library. There may not always be current, but at least it's available, you know? So that's something else to think about. The other thing that I do, I know that some people have an issue with it, is that I use the points on my credit card to pay for things. I know, well, a lot of people say they don't like to use points because you don't get them back, but actually, to a certain degree, you do. As long as you shop, you get points. And I personally, my credit card, sometimes they have months where they offer double points. All you have to do is call in and say, register me for the double points, or you can go online and register yourself to take advantage of the double points. So you do get your points back, and you can use your points to pay for your vacations. The other thing with vacations that I do to save money is I try to go on vacations where they'll have like a conference related to my either my business or my work, my job. And I get to use that as a tax deduction, number one, the hotel and the airfare. The other thing that I do when I'm traveling has to do with packing. I don't use the big suitcase because I'm not paying extra fees. But what I do is I make sure I have a jacket, the sweater, or a shirt, pants have extra pockets in them. And normally my jackets and my coats, they have inside pockets so that I can store extra things in there and not have to use an extra huge, humongous suitcase when it comes to getting on the airplane. I love Amtrak because you don't even have to worry about that. But that is something that you guys may want to consider. The other thing too, when it comes to how you manage money, not so much saving, is you want to you want to find out what the ATM fees are, and hopefully you choose a bank that's reasonable when it comes to your fees. What you want to do is limit the amount of times you actually go to an ATM. That'll also help you cut back a lot. Another thing coming into your home where you live is if you use certain products like a water filter, a special shower head, that actually cuts down on your water bill. If you unplug some of your appliances when you're not using them, especially if, like, when you're going away, not the refrigerator, of course, but let's say your TVs, if you unplug that, that cuts down on your electrical costs. Believe it or not, your TVs and your computer use up a lot of electricity. So yeah, those are ways that I can think of right now in which can help you cut costs and help. Hopefully one of the ideas that I've given you guys, you can use that in your own life and save yourself some money in the future. And again, if I come up with more ideas, I'll put those in the comments, as well as the links to what I've mentioned already, Living Rich with Coupons and the whole nine. So again, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a blessed Sunday, and hopefully the rest of your year will also be blessed. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support.